So the day before yesterday wasn't just February 4th. I urge you to download a Hebrew calendar so that when it says the 15th of the month, you don't even have to check the news or the TV because it's always going to be a full moon. The day before yesterday was Tu B'Shvat. 2 is 15, which means full moon. The Jewish holiday which celebrates the birthday of trees and the beauty of the natural world. Some trees, like giant sequoia trees, have endured for centuries. And that's because, you know better than I, Scouts, trees take a great deal of time to reach their full growth. What's that place where y'all go, Philmont? I've never been there, but I have been to Muir Woods. And it is one of the most humbling experiences to realize not just the beauty, but how long those trees have been there. The rabbis have a phrase, Ki ha'adam hu eitz basadeh. A human being is like one of those trees. What does that mean? It means, among other things, that it takes time to develop your spiritual strength. It takes time to develop and reach your maturity. Certain things simply cannot be hurried. You can't go from Tiger Scout to Eagle Scout. If you're a woman and are wanting and have a child, it takes 9 months to develop a healthy baby. There are 24 hours in a day, and no force on earth can hurry or delay that cycle. Some days, like, why can't we have a 30-hour day? We have 6 more hours and we can actually sleep, right? It takes Shiva, some people here are in it, a full week for a mourner who has lost a loved one to even begin the grieving process. It takes a full month called Shloshim to accept the loss, and a full year sometimes, Yortzeit, to adjust to that loss. So the link between the physical growth of these sequoia trees and other trees in the natural world and our own spiritual growth is clear. Like the most beautiful trees on the planet, it takes time to grow spiritually, and the way we grow is taking our prayers and giving them concrete form through our deeds. And that's why it's also neat that this week we read the 10 Commandments from the Torah portion known as Yitro. We'll talk about the commandments tomorrow, but what's fascinating is what follows the Big 10. You know what follows? It's a list of rules. Why? Why do you have this list of rules, tiny, seemingly unimportant knots, following the 10 Commandments? Rashi says the reason is that big ideas don't matter much unless they take concrete form. Everybody says, oh, I'm compassionate. It's pointless to talk about compassion unless you really take practical steps to help the poor. You say, oh, I always welcome strangers. You know, the Torah, more than any other commandment, 36 times, more than any other mitzvah in the Torah, we're told to be kind to the stranger, to protect widows and orphans, and do it. Don't just talk about it. Spiritual growth isn't that different than the growth we celebrate this week with Tu B'Shvat, the New Year of Trees, like the inside of a tree with those rings revealing its time on earth. Our inside rings are the connections we've made with the people in our lives. And that's why if you're over 90, you're not just wise, you've reached spiritual maturity because you have more rings. But all of us, no matter what our age, our inside rings are the family members we've acquired and lost, the friends we've bonded with, the faith which connects us to a world and a reality larger than ourselves. Just look at the moon. And the realization that as strong as we may sometimes feel, When we're alone, we're so much stronger together, harnessing all our drives for good every second, every minute, every hour, every day. And Shabbat, my friends, isn't just coming to an hour service. It's supposed to be our weekly reminder that we can always grow spiritually like those trees, and that each day is a gift to grow, each moment is precious, and that time itself is holy. And let us say, Amen.